Hello student, today's topic is posology and dose. What is posology? Posology it is a Greek term and posos means how much and logos means science. It is the branch of pharmacology dealing with dose. And what is dose? Dose it is the quantitative amount administered or taken by a patient for the intended medicinal effect. The idea being to produce the optimum therapeutic effect in a particular patient with the lowest possible dose. And what are the factors which affects drug doses? In a normal distribution of patient, a drug's usual dose will provide an average effect in the majority of individuals. In a portion of the patients, the drug will produce little effect. In other group of similar size, the drug will produce an effect greater than the average effect. Sensitive individuals. So the drug's usual dose would be the starter dose for an individual taking the drug for the first time. Then the physician may increase or decrease subsequent dose to meet the requirement of his patient. So following are the factors which affects the drug doses. First is age, then body weight, body surface area, sex, pathological state, tolerance, drug-drug interaction, time of administration, route of administration, pharmaceutical doses form and drug physical state. Now we will discuss all these factors one by one. First is age. Newborn infants are abnormally sensitive to certain drugs because of the immature state of their hepatic and renal functions, by which drugs are inactivated and eliminated from the body. Failure to detoxify and eliminate drugs results in their accumulation in the tissue to a toxic level. Next is the decline in renal and hepatic functions in the elderly may show drug clearance and increase the possibility of drug accumulation in the body and subsequent toxicity. Elderly individuals may also respond abnormally to the usual amount of drug because of change in their drug receptor sensitivity or because of age related alteration in target tissues and organs. These are the various rules of doses in which the pediatric dose was a fraction of the adult dose, and these are the rules which are used to determine the amount of dose which is required for therapeutic therapeutic actions. First is Young's rules, then Cowling's rule and Fried rules for infants. Now second factor is body weight. The official usual dose for drugs are considered suitable for 70 kg, which is approximately 150 pounds individuals. The ratio between the amount of drugs administered and the size of the body influences the drug concentration at the site of action. Therefore, drug doses may require adjustment from the usual adult dose for abnormal, lean or obese patients. To calculate the dose for a drug for children based on body weight are follows. The determination of drug dose for children on the basis of body weight is more dependable than that based on age. First formula is Clark's rule. Here dose for children is equal to adult dose multiplied by body weight in pound and divided by 150, which is average weight of adult in pound. Body surface area. Next, third factor, which is body surface area. A close relation exists between a large number of physiological processes and body surface area. The surface area of individuals may be determined from a nomogram composed of scales of height, weight and surface area. Two such nomograms are presented, one for adult and one for children. Surface area is indicated where a straight line drawn to connect the height and weight of an individual intersect the surface area column. Yeah, you can see this nomogram. Next, to calculate the dose of a drug for children based on body surface area as related to weight. Many physicians believe that dose for children should be based upon body surface area, since the correct doses of drug seem more proportional to the surface area. Approximate dose for child is equal to adult dose into BSA of child. BSA means body surface area of child divided by 1.73 meter cube. And next factor is sex. Women are more susceptible to effect of drugs than are men. Pregnant women and nursing mothers should use medications only with the advice and under the guidance of their physician. Examples of drugs that are transported from the maternal to the fetal circulations are alcohol, anesthetic gases, barbiturates, anticoagulants, etc. And because of the undeveloped drug detoxification and excretion mechanism present in the fetus, concentration of drugs may reach a high level in the fetus than in the maternal circulations. The transfer of drug from mother to the nursing infant through human milk may occur with various drugs, with the drug effect becoming manifest in the infant. Next is pathological state. The effect of certain drugs may be modified by the pathological condition of the patient and must be considered in determining the dose. Warning and precautions are used in the drug labeling to alert the physician to certain restrictions in the use of a particular drug. These are the precautions is used to advise the prescriber of some possible problems attended with the use of drug. It is less restrictive than warning. Example, the use of tetracycline antibiotic may result in overgrowth of fungi. In such a case, the physician may prescribe an alternate drug. Warning, it is used when the potential for the patient harm is greater than instance in which the precaution is used. For example, if tetracycline is used in the presence of renal impairment, it may lead to accumulation of the drug and possible liver toxicity. So, lower than usual dose are indicated. If therapy is prolonged, blood serum level of the drug should be taken and the patient monitored at regular intervals to assure the maintenance of the non-toxic level of the drugs. Next is contraindications, a term that is used to indicate an absolute prohibition to the use of drug in the presence of certain stated conditions. It is the most restrictive of the warning which limits the use of drugs. Next is tolerance. What is tolerance? It is the ability to endure the influence of the drug, particularly when acquired by a continued use of the substance. Tolerance occurs commonly in such drugs, for example, antihistamine, narcotic analgesics. Normal sensitivity may be regained by suspending the drug administration for a period of time. The development of tolerance can be minimized by initiating therapy with the lowest effective dose and avoiding prolonged administration. Next is drug-drug interactions. The effect of drug may be modified by the concurrent administration of the drug. These drug-drug interactions are due to chemical or physical interaction between the drugs or alteration of the absorption, distribution, metabolism or excretion patterns of one of the drugs. The effect of one drug interaction may be beneficial, detrimental. And the next factor is time of administration, which also affects the posology or the action which is required. The time at which a drug is administered sometimes influences doses. This is especially true for oral therapy in relation to meals. Absorption proceeds more rapidly if the stomach and upper portion of the intestinal tract are free of food, and an amount of drug that is effective when taken before a meal may be ineffective if administered during or after eating. Irritating drugs are better tolerated by the patient if food is present in the stomach to dilute the drug's concentration. Next is route of administration. Drug administered intravenously enters the bloodstream directly, and thus the full amount administered is present in the blood. In contrast, drugs administered orally are rarely fully absorbed due to the various physical, chemical and biological barriers to their absorption, including interaction with the gastric and intestinal contents. Thus, a lesser parenteral dose of a drug is required than the oral dose to achieve the same blood level of drug. Next is pharmaceutical dosage form and drug physical state. Increasing the surface area of the drug by reduction of its particle size has a significant effect of the rate of absorption. Therefore, the dose can be minimized by reducing the patient particle size. Thus, crystalline and amorphous form of a drug shows a significant difference in the rate of absorption.